This is. Oh, let me cut this off. I'm sorry,
Baby.
Default.
y'all.
Okay, cool. All right. This is I think his name is Osmongold, or I forget how to say his name correctly, but I do enjoy watching him. He's I don't know, I really like him. I like his point of views when he does reactions to videos and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people, I know this video is old, I'm just getting to it, but a lot of people really don't understand why he lives such a simple life. I think they feel if they were had money like him, they would live a more extravagant life. They don't really understand where he's coming from. And in this one, he's gonna talk about why he lives a simple life.
Went out and I cared a lot about wearing Nike. I cared a lot about wearing nice shoes. And I remember my mom bought me a really expensive pair of shoes at Academy, and it was awesome. And I'd go and show them off, and people would think I was cool, etc. And these types of things and the materialism of it was very appealing to me. It was very important to me. It was part of who I was as a person. And I basically allowed that to kind of be part of what I identified myself as. And that was the case all through elementary school and also all through middle school. And the real formative moment for me personally was in high school. Now, in high school, I didn't always go to the same one high school. I went to two high schools. At the very beginning, I went to a more upscale, a richer high school where, you know, it wasn't like super rich or anything like that, but it was definitely more upscale. You had the kids who would drive the Hummers to school, and it was very obvious that these kids did not buy their cars from their McDonald's part-time job, okay? Their parents bought them very expensive cars, and they were very brand conscious. They were very conscientious about what they would wear, how they would look, how they would appear. And whenever I looked at those people, I thought it was so superficial and so worthless and so meaningless that it was just very off-putting and weird to me. And then I realized that I was also looking in a mirror. I realized that while those people were doing this same thing, I was just doing it to a lesser extent. And if I had as much money as they did, I'd be just like them. And I think that realizing that I didn't fit in with those people at all and seeing the conclusion that that type of mindset led to kind of allowed me to diverge from that type of mentality.
Good for him. You know, good for him. I feel the truth is no one's denying that this dude is a smart dude, bro. You know, he didn't take the path of being a flashy YouTuber and cringy Lamborghini SUVs and a bunch of moissanite jewelry. Good for him.
And whenever I went to another high school, this was a much more poor high school, I fit in much better there. I liked it much better there. And I didn't really give a shit about that stuff anymore. I didn't care what my shirts said on them. I didn't care what car my mom drove to school. These things were just completely meaningless to me because I cared more about spending time with my friends and being happy and doing the things that I wanted to do. And I think that's another big part of this, is that a lot of people, I believe, do things, especially nowadays, not necessarily nowadays, because it's harder to do things nowadays, but, you know, in the proverbial nowadays sense, it's much more common to see people that they will do things because they feel like they should do them. They'll do things because they feel like they would want to have done them. And I think that's even a little bit more acceptable, but it's mainly the people that push themselves into a circular hole whenever they're a square peg. And
That's the realest shit in the world, bro. I really do feel that way. I feel most of you wouldn't buy the cars you want if no one else had it. Most of you wouldn't buy the shoes you have if no one else was saying that to get them. I truly believe that. There's no way you're telling me those Dior sneakers are dope. There's no way you're telling me them Versace sneakers are dope. You're only wearing them because somebody else is wearing them. You wouldn't have naturally picked those shoes at all.
the fact is, I'm a fucking triangle. I'm not like any of this other stuff. I'm myself. And I think that coming into yourself and realizing who you really are and not allowing a brand or not allowing a item or a piece of jewelry or clothing or anything like that to define who you are is extremely important in understanding who you are and building up your own self-image. And I think that's really what it comes down to. A lot of times whenever I was younger, the reason why I felt so attached to these different things, why I felt like I needed to have Nike, why I felt like I needed to have, you know, X, Y, or Z. My parents needed to have a nice car. Why is that really? What is the fundamental reason for that? And it's, I believe, because I was insecure. I didn't feel like I was enough on my own. I needed something more to become more than what I was, and I viewed those brands and those different things that were superficial as a way to expand who I was and inflate who I was. And I realized that it was all hot air. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference one way or another. And I think as I've gotten older, I would always think about what would I do if I had X amount of money? What would I do if I had Y amount of money? And then whenever I got those amounts of money, I realized that I actually didn't really care about what I was going to do with the money. I cared more about having the money and being able to do those things if I wanted to.
See, he's talking about something most people, they never get to this conclusion. They never get to this conclusion. Not saying that everybody wants to be fancy and flashy, but the truth is, you know, I use a certain thing, like most people want a Ferrari, but they don't want a Ferrari. Like owning a Ferrari is a pain in the ass, but most people want a Ferrari until they get one and they realize, this is a pain in the ass. Like, you can't take it everywhere. It breaks down all the time, according to the people that have them. You know, you can't customize it unless Ferrari wants you. You're like, this is a lot of work. But what did you want it for in the first place? Well, I mean, it was always my dream. No, it wasn't. Most of these people don't even come from the class of person to where the item is they're reaching for would make sense. That's the truth. He's completely right. You don't even know why. You just think you do. Oh, when I get enough money, I'm going to get a house in, you know, some crazy place. And it's going to be crazy huge. Until you realize how much property tax people are paying in LA, in Malibu. You realize how much bullshit comes with it. And then you think, I could have just lived in Ohio somewhere and not been bothered. That's what he means. Is like, if you really had this forethought to say, I am interested in these things because I'm interested in them, not because the TV or phone or computer or Instagram or whoever said be interested in them. It's like the people who watch these mansions that they walk around and show you, this is the nicest mansion in here and there. It's like, dude, you don't even have enough people. You don't have enough kids. You don't have none of the reasons to own that. You just do.
But the thing itself didn't really matter to me. I take actually great pride in having a cheap fucking shitty car. And I think that a lot of people might not ever look at things this way, but think about it like this. If I go out to Taco Bell and somebody keys my car, I don't care. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, it's going to piss me off, but it's not going to ruin my day. You know why? Because it's a shitty 2001 Mustang. It's worth $2,000.
My Honda Odyssey is a 04. I bought it for $1,900. Love that van to death. Park it anywhere I want. Don't care about it being in the garage. None of that shit.
If I had a Lamborghini that was worth 200 grand, I would be stressed out constantly. I would be worried constantly. I would be worried about the people that would park next to me. I would be worried about the quality of the car. If the car made a weird noise, there's a little bit of anxiety that would come.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people don't understand that with a lot of these luxuries come at a cost. And the cost is not just the money, it's also your peace of mind.
Bingo.
And for me personally, I don't want to have my life and my burden, or sorry, not my burden, I'm going to get to that. I don't want to have my life burdened by these meaningless things. I don't want to have to think about my car. I don't want to have to think about, my clothes. These are things that are not important to me. These don't make me happy. And I think that it's very important for other people. I've said this many times on my stream. It's very important to buy things that make you happy. But it's equally important to make sure that buying things doesn't make you happy.
Come on, man. Chef's kiss. Said completely perfectly. Completely perfectly. Are you happy that you bought these things? Are you happy that you have the thing you want? Or are you just happy to be buying shit? 1 second. The fan is making noise. Where's the off button? Oh, I'll cut this thing off. Wrong button. I don't know if y'all can hear that shit, but I can hear it. It's freaking bothering me. Yeah, but yeah, chef's kiss.
And I think, for example, whenever I first got a little bit of money, I bought a 50-inch television, and it was a great one. I've always wanted a large TV, and this was back whenever I worked at the IRS. It was one of my first paychecks. I went and I bought that. And then after that paycheck, I just basically saved the rest of the money because I was like, okay, well, got the TV, beat the game, I'm done. And I think later on I bought a computer with it, with that plus a little bit of my YouTube money. But other than that, I think that was really all I really wanted. And so the reason why I don't really care about these kinds of things is because they don't really, there's nothing that this enables me to do. Having a very fast car, a very cool car that can drive 200 miles an hour, well, who gives a shit if you're just driving to Wendy's? It doesn't matter. Even if you're on the highway, if you go 200 miles an hour, you're going to jail. So the whole idea of having the ability to do this to me seems very unnecessary.
It's
completely
stupid.
Pointless. So it's like buying a brand new gaming computer to play Minecraft or Solitaire. Who gives a shit? And so I think there's a certain amount of freedom that comes with not having things of luxury, because you don't have to worry about upkeeping them. You don't have to worry about, keeping them clean or keeping them safe or keeping them in the right condition. I don't have to worry about those things, and that leaves my mind open to think about and to worry about the things that I do care about and the things that really matter. I think everybody can agree that worrying about weird sounds that your car makes is not an enjoyable experience. And the more that you do that, the less that you're thinking about how can you be better at your job? How can you create the next thing that will make you feel like you.
And see, I'm gonna stop it there. You can go watch the video. I'll leave the link. The truth is, these people that are doing this, they have absolutely nothing going on. That's the truth. The people that are doing this have absolutely nothing going on, even if they have money. Because I know a lot of people think, oh, well, they have money. Dude, they have nothing going on. It is the conversation of the housewife who just runs around and spend her husband's money. And come to find out, this lady's on Valium and Xanax, and she has to go to rehab eventually. And it's like, why would she has all this money? Why would she do that? Because obviously money does not fix shit. And you're like, yes, it does. It stops you from having bills. Those are not the things that are real. Bills are pressed upon you by someone else. They're not how do you say? They're not the foundation problems. The foundation problems for me, I've lost 14 pounds recently and I'm trying to lose 80 pounds. The foundation problems are me keeping my health together at 39 years old. Having the energy to go on hikes and walks with my old lady and better my relationship. Having a good relationship with my brother. These are the cardinal problems that I make time for. Whether if my Denali is clean or not, is not. I don't want that on the list. And these people have a bunch of money, but if you're always watch them, they're always spending said money. And it's not even what they're buying. It's just the act of spending it. They're just, if you're shopping every single weekend, there's no way you're keeping track of everything you're buying. It's just not enough time in the fucking day, bro. If I was going on like shopping sprees every weekend, I would forget some of the things that I've bought. You would just have to. You would have to. These Karens that we see go off, a good majority of them have money and they're still completely distraught. Why? Something my granddaddy said long ago: never envy somebody's lawn, bro, because you don't know what it takes to make it that green. The lawn may be green, but you don't know what it takes to keep it green. The real issues, me having discipline on what I put in my food, when I eat, if I'm going to work out today, those are the issues that I'm more likely. I'll give you a perfect example. The main thing I wanted to do with this weight loss journey, or this bettering myself journey, is that I wanted it to be a bettering myself journey. I did not want it to be about looks. Every single big box gym I went to, they only focused on looks. Oh, you're going to look good. Oh, this is what you look like. Oh, this is what size you'll be. Oh, yeah. Dude. I'm trying to increase my mobility. I'm trying to extend life. I'm trying to be healthy and enjoy the time I do have on the earth. You need to be talking to me about that, not just if I'm going to be hot or not. And that's usually where everything is. I can only speak for America. In America, it's all surface bullshit. Every single way they swing it at you. What house you're buying, what neighborhood you're going to live in, what car you're buying, what position you have at the job, your freaking looks. It's never about the core shit. And it after a while, it just gets old. It gets old. Okay, I should be, I'm 6'1". Right now, I'm 274 pounds. I was 293 pounds, 292, 293 pounds. You're talking to me about how I'm going to look, but you're not talking about the fact I'll be able to get upstairs. I will gain mobility. I will gain metabolism. You're not talking to me about none of the real shit, bro. Okay, I'll look good. Then what? You understand? People look good and drop dead all the time. Look at the bodybuilders, bro. It's not just about the looks. It's not just about the materials. I could have the nicest freaking car in the world and be dead inside. That's the truth. Now, if you like that car, you buy it. I'm no hater on what you buy. But when it comes to me, my problem is that people believe in this like a religion. Well, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Materialism is a religion, bro. Because when I don't get that car, or Mr. Gold here doesn't live an extravagant life, you impress upon him and try to convert him into doing it. Why don't you buy a bigger house, Mr. Gold? Why don't you have nicer shit? Huh? Why don't you go get freaking horse denture teeth? Why don't you get on some TRT and build muscle? You'll look better, Mr. Gold. Well, motherfucker, why he don't want to do that? Maybe he likes his damn teeth. Maybe he likes his simple house and his simple car. Yeah, but he could have a better one. But see, that's your religion. He don't want it. And it's so crazy. He is so crazy in the mind of this religion, is that people will press upon him to change it. Not only will they do that, it will affect his dating pool. That's the real truth. The people, either side, man or woman, are so involved in this thought process, it will limit his dating pool. No, it won't. If he pulls up in that shitty Mustang, as he said himself, and the other guy pulls up in the brand new Denali, it's over. It's freaking over, bro. That means even the potential mates he can choose from, it's like walking around in a room and you being the only one that can see. Everyone else is totally blind. He could be a cool dude, funny, nice to hang out with, won't matter. Look at the pop balloon fiasco. Can you imagine if Mr. Gold walked on pop balloon? They'll pop the balloon. And they'll say, and they won't say anything about him because they did not give him time enough to speak. They'll say, oh, it's his fit. That's material shit. It's his fit. So you're picking based off what he has on. Yeah, and Mr. Gold is the richest some bitch that would be there. It's his fit. Your fit's not doing nothing for me. The hair. The teeth. The clothes. It would be a whole bunch of surface bullshit. They not knowing he's sitting on M's. He's sitting on M's. But that's their picking process. I'm picking you based off shit that you can purchase. That's not you. You just had enough money to purchase it. Doesn't tell me anything about you. You know, I know I ranted a little bit on this, but you know, this gets me going because even on my other channel, people get on me because my beard. They've told me to go straighten my beard, like get a beard perm. Honestly, are you serious? A beard perm? Why? Oh, you would look better. I got my wife looking like this. She does not require me to do that. So if I was to be doing that, who would I be doing it for? Oh, you be doing it for yourself. I don't require me to have a straightened beard. The only reason I am even doing the weight thing, because that is a health issue. I can die. That's it. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say to you, you know. I hope y'all get it, bro. It's just don't feed Mr. Gold. I've always liked you, and you nailed it, dude. I enjoyed the video. Trucker Brown here. I'm just here to remind you that we are on Patreon, and it does help out the channel. Thanks to all the people who sub to the Patreon this weekend. I appreciate you. New content is coming there, and these clips that I'm giving you are from the exclusive Trucker Report Live that I do with Phil, which his link is at the bottom on Rumble TV Uncut. So I appreciate y'all. Love the support. If you like the content, man, hit the buttons. Let me know. Thanks for coming to the Patreon.